All right, y'all. We back in the pink room, okay? And today's guest is coming to us from Harlem. You know I love my New Yorkers, right? I mean, New York kind of adopted me a little bit, but I can't really say I'm from here. But Melii can say that she's from here. Welcome, Melii, to the pink room.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, girl. How you feeling today?
I feel great. You
do? I'm good enough. We'll talk about it. You know, mental health as well. All that other good. But yeah. No, we can cuss.
Oh,
it's my room. It's my house. Well, you know, there's two. But all right. So let's just go ahead and kick it off. All right. I already told you how I am, what I love about music. And now I want to find it all out about you. Mm-hmm. So, Melii, what is the first song you can recall hearing?
Like ever?
Ever. And tell me the story too. I know you remember the moment and what it looked like, what color the carpet was, whatever.
That song. Well, when you said that, I thought about when I was younger, and that's when like the CDs was still like in and stuff.
Yeah.
What's this Madonna song? Last night I went to somewhere that
I don't know the song like that, but I know what you're talking about.
So I did all the island breeze. Well,
ooh,
if you know it or not, that song is popular. But it reminded me of, I used to be in 116 at my dad's house. And he always had like just like two big albums of like CD players. I think that's what it's called.
You zip them up?
Yeah, those. Yes. So I used to just be scrolling past them, and then it was fun to just play with them, honestly. And then after that, I'll just always play that and I'll blast it. And we'll be in like this. It was I think it was a burgundy carpet, and then he had green couches. So it was around those kind of weird color
funky
times.
Up in there.
Yeah.
Weird color times.
Yeah, weird color times.
I don't know if our parents realized there was some weird colors going on back then. Mm-hmm. Either way, I guess
it's coming back though.
Is it? Because now we got these whole like bamboo aesthetics.
No.
Like minimalistic color patterns and schemes. That's not me.
Yeah.
Clearly, I'm pink.
Clearly, yeah.
I'm bright.
Yes.
Okay, so I wanted to ask, what made you pick that one out of the whole catalog of CDs? What always made you go to that Madonna one?
I don't know. I feel like since I used to stay with my dad on weekends, and then we used to clean his crib. That's what it was. So he used to give us bread. We'll clean the crib, and that was just the go-to. Like, all right, the CD started, boop. And then it was just
like, start cleaning.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then allowance right there. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Fine. So what is your are you fully Spanish? Puerto Rican?
No, I'm Dominican. Cuban.
Mm-hmm. Cuban. Okay. Mm-hmm. So you got Spanish on both.
On both.
Yeah.
No, but I'm definitely like dominant Dominican.
Okay. Got you. All right. I get the vibes now. Okay. So let's talk about, outside of the first time you remember hearing a song, let's talk about the first time you realized that music was your vessel of expression, and why.
The first time would be, I think I was like in 3rd grade or 4th, and we had this music teacher, and he used to play the piano a lot and stuff, and he used to always be like, "You come sing," or like he'll tell me like, do this, and then I loved it. And then there was this one time where I knew I like really, really loved music was he had a stroke while we was like in school and stuff. And I was like, yo, like, this is really my favorite teacher. Like, this is what? Like, is he okay? Like, what's going on?
You felt some type of way.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on? Like, you know, and he always used to put together like plays and stuff like that. And he was so passionate. Like I've like the passion that I learned and I never thought of it, but like the perfectionist thing that I always like picked up from, I feel like I came from him. Yeah, it came from him.
He was one of those who was like, sing it again, no, higher, no, lower,
do it again. And even with his stroke and everything, he would be like really going hard. So like the dedication and the like what he had, I guess it just like transpired and it's up to a lot of us.
Is he still here with us today?
I hope so. Okay. I haven't gone back to my elementary school, and I should, because my mom always tells me the security guard always asks and stuff. So
yeah, they must have known you were a star. I mean, for him to choose you like that, you come sing.
No, yeah, I would always be like, when it was dances, when it would be like plays and stuff, I always get like good, like dominant roles everywhere.
When the first time he pointed at you and said, "Come sing," like, did you expect that, or how did you react to that?
I can't really say that I remember.
Okay.
I just remember multiple times, like, you and LaShawn are gonna sing this, and then it was like, okay, cool, it'll be me and my friend to sing it. But I always felt like someone saw me, if that makes sense.
That's beautiful. He always saw you. He saw you before you walked in.
Yeah,
you already knew. Well, shout out to that teacher.
Right.
Okay, let's go to square one. Clearly you've been performing, singing, dancing, indulging in music for years, right? But let's talk more so about like in the journey of your career. So when's the first time you actually wrote a song, pen to paper?
I think it was 5th grade, and it was a rap.
Okay.
Yeah, because I always did poetry. So I used to listen to Nicki Minaj a lot. So
yeah.
I was
Nicki.
Yeah, Nicki's that girl. But basically when I did that, it was an all girls class. And when the teacher wasn't there, like, we'll like rap or we'll get late and stuff like that. We'll get crying. You know how it is when the teacher wasn't there. So when that would happen, there was this one time that I was like, yeah, I got mine ready. Like, I memorized this one. So so like we was like hitting, when you in school and they used to like hit on the tables and stuff. Like, yeah. So like I started rapping my rap, and then that was like the first real rap that I turned from a poem to a rap.
Would you say that was your first performance?
I think so. I think so.
Yeah, you was, hold on, I got one for this.
Yeah, I got one.
You was waiting for the teacher to leave. You could wait.
Yeah, when she wasn't there, it would be lit because she was so strict with us. But
yeah, and this was in 5th grade, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so first time writing a song. From poetry, you're turning into that.
Yeah.
But let's talk more about the poetry, though. Where did you kind of get the inspiration to start writing poetry? And, like, where and how did that poetry journey start?
You know what's crazy? Right now, I don't know if it's because I'm not thinking too hard, but I just always kept a journal. So, like, I would turn, like, my entries into journal entries. And then when I got to 8th grade, there was this guy who visited, I used to go to Thurgood Marshall Academy. And this guy, I think our art teacher, our art teacher brought him in, and his name was Catharsis. And he, that's when it was my first time that I heard spoken word. And basically the poem was so like beautiful, and like, it was just all over the place, and I don't know where.
How old were you at this point again? Sorry.
I was in 8th grade.
Okay. The art teacher being named Catharsis is crazy.
No. He brought in a spoken, like.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And his name was Catharsis.
Catharsis means something though. It means like.
I used to know what it means.
Hold on, we gonna look it up. Yeah. That's why I got my phone. Keep going.
I fell in love with the word. That's why I even remember his name.
Keep telling the story. I'm gonna look it up.
But wait, I'm sorry. Are they there? Like, are you guys here too with us?
Yeah, they're here.
Just us? Oh, okay. How old was I? If I'm in 8th grade, I'm born 1987.
You're like 12 going into 13.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
I love this.
What is it?
The process, catharsis. The process of releasing and thereby providing relief from strong or repressed emotions. Music is a means of catharsis for them.
See, that's why it stuck with me. I just love it.
Bro, that should be the name of the show, Catharsis.
Catharsis.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Now I'm in love with that word all over again.
I love it. Yes, I love it. But yeah, when he recited the poem, like, it was crazy because basically what he did, he like described, I forgot what it was, but like at the end he said some crazy, and it was like, whoa, this whole time he wasn't even talking about a person, he was talking about an object. And that's when I fell in love with like describing things and just like bringing things to life. Yeah, and the wordplay. So yeah, so shout out to Catharsis if you remember that.
That's fire. Shout out to Catharsis.
Right.
That's like, and then I see what you mean, because you're probably like following like, this is an emotional story. It's about a person.
Yeah.
Then he's like, my pen fell on the floor or
The
something.
pen. It's just like, whoa.
What?
But it shows you like how beautiful like writing and just putting the right words together is. Like, it's such a beautiful thing. And that's why I feel like even like poets, like I feel like they're like the best romantics when like expressing themselves and stuff like that. So
or manipulators.
Not to like
that or manipulators.
That
when you got too many words,
wordplay,
when you saying too many words, I'm getting lost in the words.
Yeah,
getting lost in the words.
It's easy
Oh my God, I had a joke I was gonna make, but I don't want him to think I'm calling him a manipulator. I'm not calling you a manipulator. Anyways, my current boo.
Uh-oh.
Anyways, you know what he is. Whatever. Anyways, he calls it proper English, but he'll be like, can you increase the volume, please? He's from London, has an accent as well. But like, I'm like, turn the TV up. He's like, no, you Americans, speak proper
Not
English.
Increase the volume.
Increase the volume, please. For me personally, I recall and I'm like, bro, damn, he gonna watch this. Dude, you know it ain't no shade.
But that's dope though. But sometimes they dragging it.
No, and I'll be like, yo, we chilling, ain't no clothes on. You watching TV, increase the volume. Increase.
Yeah. Like, babe, turn the volume up.
Hey, turn it up. Or just grab the remote and turn it up. Increase the volume.
Yeah, he's bugged out.
Okay. No, but he's also very good with words too. He's very, very good with words. And I have to give it to him. Like, that nice little accent with the words sound real cute.
Real nice.
It sound real cute. But after a while, I'm like, my mind in a relaxed state is not thinking that deeply.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh, we outside. Now, I walked outside and I saw a bear and did it like, what?
Yeah.
Shut
it's
up.
like, yo.
Like, anyways, love you. Back to, okay, after you wrote your first song. All right, let's talk about when you wrote that song. After you, okay, they was beating on the kitchen tables or the cafeteria table, the desktop, whatever you was at. And now you hype right now because they probably hyping you up.
Yeah.
You feeling like little Nikki, right? Yeah. Okay. You was probably real cute little nigga. You came to school on fire every day.
No, we had uniforms.
You had uniforms?
And my mom always made me wear two
pigtails?
Bro, yes.
Little Melii was cute. Oh my God.
She's like, oh no, because when you have your heads on, you can't concentrate. Because the teacher told her I'll always be like,
oop.
So she was like, yeah, you have braids now. I always look like one of these.
Now. I'm dead.
I'm so serious.
Oh my God. Okay, so then when did you decide, I want to take this rapping to a performing or just art, being a creator, to a booth and start recording music? And tell me about that whole experience, your first time recording.
I feel like I kept rapping, got to high school and stuff. And then in high school, I got like crazy and I went to George Washington High School and that's like in the Heights. And I got really, really invested like into playing sports. So like I had like this weird little time in my life. I was just like sports. But then I transferred from there to a credit recovery. So I ended up in West Side High School and I had this music teacher there. So basically what they do is that you basically write down certain things about yourself and then they just match you with whatever teacher it is. So like that would be a homeroom. So my teacher was obviously a music teacher.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so I loved him. So still do. So Mr. Albert, he used to be in a band. I forgot what was the name of the band, but he had like his desk would be here and then all the seats up like in rows will have like their own like pianos and stuff. And then on this side.
That's a fire homeroom. What school is this again?
This was West Side High School. So this was like the music.
In the homeroom?
Yeah, that's the homeroom.
So first thing you do when you get to school is you go and you sit behind your piano.
Yeah, like whatever. I was never early enough, but like when you, I'm like, yeah. But like if you have lunch and you want to go to your homeroom teacher, like you can chill out there. So like I'll go to lunch there and stuff. I even have a video up where I'm like in the actual room singing and stuff and he's on the piano. But he'll always like get on the piano and stuff and he'll always have conversations with me. Like, you got to take it serious. You got to take it more serious. And there'll be times where like I was coming in late to school, but it's because I would travel. Like I would travel like down like to Canal to like try to get to studios and stuff like that. And then there was this one guy that I met there. His name is Dennis. And He was also into like rapping and stuff. He's actually a photographer now. But he had his homeboy who they lived in on Jets in Harlem. And sorry, I ate a chopped cheese before. Yeah.
Oh, that's so New York. The most New Yorkish ever, bro.
I ate a chopped and then the grape soda is like
and with a grape soda.
Yes, I love grape soda. If not, I'm getting the pineapple Fanta.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah, that's a good little combo. But yeah, but basically he was like, yo, you wanna come with me to my homeboy? Like we at the studio and stuff. And I was like, yeah, like I'm down. It's in Harlem. I'm like, it's in Harlem, we out then. That's closer, you know? So he took me and then we ended up in the Jets and he had the setup basically in his closet. That was like the booth. And then it's just like how he's sitting there. And we was just recording and I recorded Persian rugs. Like
over that, who was that? The Weeknd?
That's
Party Next Door.
Party.
Yeah, damn, my bad. Sorry, bro.
Party Next Door, which is the OG fucking GOAT. But I recorded my own little like first like Melii mix, what I would call it. Mm-hmm. And then I did that and then I just fell in love. Like that was like my first like real, like, you know?
Yeah.
Like real.
How did it feel hearing yourself on the mic and like that experience in general? Did it take you a while to get used to it?
Nah, it felt great, but I feel like during the years, like what I didn't like just in general, like self, like wow, self, like you're such a like a bad, like, you know, when you gotta talk to yourself, like yo, like even though this was an experience, like through the years, I could go into a studio now and be like, my levels gotta be like this, my levels da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Like when you start realizing that you just pick things up and you be like, oh, that's just regular. It's like, nah, that's not regular. Like you learn certain things. So I feel like that's something that like stuck to me. Like, oh, like hearing myself and now hearing myself is like, I know how it's supposed to work or what's a good mic and what's not.
Got you. All right. So then between recording your first Melii mix and then your first performance, did you start recording more music and dropping things before you start performing, or which one came first?
No, I would always just record. I would be just recording. I never really thought about it as far as like really. I just was doing music.
Catharsis.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I want to put that word in somewhere so bad. It's okay. I'll make it work. No, but you were just making music.
Yeah.
That was your vessel of expression, and you started to fall in love harder and harder with it when you realized how good you were at it and how fast you were picking up on it. And then it got to a point where, did you ever really want to perform, or was it just part of being an artist?
No, I think one thing that I always say, because there's always people that be like, so like, what do you want to do? Like, what are the plans and da-da-da? And I always say, I just be like, yo, I just want to perform. Like I just want to be an artist. I don't really like, not that I don't care to do like so much like popping out and do everything else. I really just want to perform. I want to tour the world. Like I want to be, like you see those people that's like on TikToks and they like, oh, we just quit our jobs and we're just traveling the world. Yeah. But like with a spin, I want to be the person in the little bus with my guitar and piano and just, you know, I don't play instruments, but just in, you know, just scenario wise, like that's the kind of like life that I want to live, like just doing shows and stuff like that.
Do you think that you're close to living that kind of life?
I feel like because of so many like just obstacles and just lessons that God has like put in place for me, I'm not where I'm supposed to be, but I'm exactly where he wants me to be. So on his timing, then it's just like, okay, now it can happen. But I'm letting it all just unfold the way he wants it.
Well, speaking of his timing, what's one of the most recent lessons you learned from God's timing?
One of the most recent? What ain't for you, ain't for you. You can't force it. Can't shape it to fit in a little, like just free it.
Free it. I like that. Free it like a little bird. Okay, girl. Let's take it to a little scene real quick before we get into the next segment. And what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna like describe something. You're gonna close your eyes and you're gonna kind of like sit up straight or like this and put your hands on your knees. And I'm just gonna like talk. You're gonna breathe too. You're gonna relax. Like this is called Shavasana in yoga. You do yoga?
I don't. I did it before though.
Okay. And just relax. And then as soon as I say what song is playing right now,
okay,
then you respond.
Okay.
All right. So this is young high school Melii, you know, that West Side high school that she went to. And she was supposed to go to homeroom, but she said, nah, I'm about to take the train down the canal because I'm trying to get in the studio. All right. So she's rushing out the house. She might have grabbed her chopped cheese. If you eat that for breakfast, I don't know. Bacon, egg, and cheese. There you go. And now she is putting her headphones on because she's about to go down to the train and get on the train all the way down to Canal Street. What song is playing as she is on that express train?
Underground Kings by Drake.
That's a good one.
You know that song?
Yeah. That's a good one. Underground. I thought you said that because you're going down to the train, but that's like, that's a good hustle song too. Yeah, that's a good one.
That was a replay.
That took me back.
That was always on replay on my headphones, literally.
Really? Okay. Do you have like a Melii mix to that song?
No, I never did.
You should look into, well, not look into, but you should experiment with making like your own.
I did my first ever remix was to Marvin's Room.
Ooh, that was probably really nice. But I'm saying in general, not even just Drake, like just songs that like mean a lot to you in certain periods of your life.
Yeah, I should do that. You're right.
It's really therapeutic. It gives me catharsis.
I felt just like you. So once I heard that word, it was over. I felt you.
Right. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
I do that to myself a lot, even though I'm not like the best vocally trained or anything like that. But like when I realized music was my vessel.
Wait, I'm sorry, Mike. Can I just, sometimes I need that moment. It's in my head, tell me lies, make it sound good. To me like the women from my town would. Yeah. All right, now it's on my system. All right.
Get it out your system. You got it? Okay.
Yes.
I forgot what I was saying, but either way, we were just talking about how that was a really good one though. When you said that, I felt that. I felt why you said that.
Yeah.
Then I'm thinking, okay, what made her say that? But no, that song is a good song.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, to the next segment. You just dropped Winter's Outcast like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Shout out to the Cancers because my birthday was the weekend before.
Ooh, birthday.
Had a good little time.
Ooh. What's your day?
I had a party and then I went to another party. It was one of them days.
It was party.
Yeah, it was brunch.
Good.
Another club. It was that kind of thing.
Fun.
I didn't come home until 4 in the morning and I started at like 12 p.m. that day.
That was a good birthday.
Great birthday. All right. But yeah, so that project just came out and Lonely is the first single off of it, right?
Yeah. Is it?
Is it the first one?
Yeah. No. I think is the second because 14 days, which is I dropped it in Valentine's Day.
Oh, okay.
And so it's like, I wanna link up with you. I wanna lick and kiss and touch your tattoos. Like it's fire. I love that one.
Yeah.
But is that one and then it's Lonely.
All right. So talk to me about the period of time before starting to give us Winter's Outcast.
So Winter's Outcast, it took a while. I was going through my like I had music already prepared for the project that I wanted to drop. But then I couldn't touch that music.
Why?
So it was something like it's just a lot of stuff. So I linked back up with Navi, which is one of my main producers, and like he gets it. So Lou, because Lou always come through and shit.
I like how she say his name.
Yeah. So Lou and Navi came through, and then we was recording in Jersey with my boy Auden, which he engineered most of the project and stuff. And then I was in Tremont also with my boys. So like these are my boys. Like when I was like 16, I'll always that
What's
summer
that?
in 2016.
Tremont, is it?
That's the Bronx.
Okay.
So yeah, because most of my family's from the Bronx and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm familiar with the Bronx a lot.
Okay.
That's where my dad was at, all my aunts and uncles.
Okay.
But basically during 2016 and stuff like that, I used to be a lot in the Bronx too, because the boys will be like recording and stuff like that. So shout out to Darita, Rudy, and all of them. I linked back up with them too, and I was like, yo, I need y'all help just as my bros. Like I just need to be around love. Like that's all I needed. Like I just need love. I just need to be around music. So I just combined my basically family, friends, and the music all together, and I just started recording. And they was just like, out of all those tracks, like we did more. I think I recorded more than like 100 or 80. I'm not sure. I know we did a lot, like not just between them, but like before that I already had like done. But just with them, like it was a lot of like songs that basically every day I went in there and I was just like, this how I feel. This how I feel. This how I feel. So like Winter's Outcast really represented like big moments of like, all right, out of these 5 songs, this one describes exactly what she felt here. So it's like, that's literally how like I broke it down and everything.
Given like, you know, you kind of buckling down and putting yourself in that environment to experience music and family and love all at once, was there something that you experienced that brought you to that point to where that's all you needed and all you wanted around you? What were you going through?
I feel like I always talk about it. I always talk about like how in the pandemic it took a big like toll on me. Like, but to the point where I got like closer to God and I started just taking more time to myself. 'Cause I feel like when I first got signed, I had just like gone through like this like huge life-changing event for me, and it really, really messed up my mental health. So by then, like nobody was really as sensitive to mental health or like taking things into consideration. So I'm like 18, 19, I'm signed, everybody's co-signing me and this and that. And then I'm like in my room, like having anxiety attacks, having like couldn't sleep, taking medication to sleep, PTSD. Like it was a lot of things, being paranoid. Going on stage, I'll be like just lit. To be on stage, to even work on my nerves, I'll always stay. Like I was literally drinking a lot. Like I'll be all over the place. People probably be like, oh, maybe she's lit or not, but that's just mouths. You know, it became so regular to people that people didn't really understand. Like those were my coping like mechanisms to a lot of things that was going on. And a lot of things also that like when I said like with God and his timing, a lot of things were also understanding the industry and understanding how to also communicate with others, understanding how to not like step on people or be too opinionated and stuff like that, or be too open. And during that whole time, I always leaned on like one person, and this person became like my mentor and everything to me, because this person was already in the industry. So a lot of times I would never do anything alone. Like I wasn't too trustworthy in no one. I was always paranoid, just like, oh my God, everybody's, you know, because you go through changes. You go through, all right, now you're signed, now everybody's your friend. And family comes out, you know, it's like a lot of things that change. So it's just like, all right, now I had this mentor who I felt didn't need anything from me. So that's who's a perfect person then to rely on and just like listen to a lot. So with this mentor, like I grew. So like now I'm talking 19, 18, 20, 21, 23. I'm growing with this person, you know? Yeah. So in a way, what took me like back, the pandemic definitely brought me closer to God. It was like, all right, now you're isolated. Now you got to put your big girl pants on. Like, what if the world was like really ending? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like now that gave me oh, okay, hold on. I do suffer from anxiety. I do suffer from like a lot of paranoia. But yeah, I was thinking about Insidious. I just saw Insidious the other day.
Oh, wait, the new one?
Yeah, that's fine.
Is it good?
It's good. It's good. I like it.
All right.
But yeah. but with that, I was just like, with being paranoid, I started to look at things differently. I'm like, okay, nobody really understood that I was bugging the out, and that's fine. I feel like my fans kind of picked up a lot, because I feel like I have a very supportive fan base where they'll even hit me like, you're good, mama. Like, you don't know. This is like always checking on me and stuff like that. And then I had a bunch of interviews where I'm like crying, or I'm just like not emotionally stable either. So I'm like, okay, I have time to sit, be with myself. No one's around. The world is literally on standstill. There's no noise. There's just the wind. Nobody want to even touch. My dad used to freaking drop off in a suit, like, here, you know, and leave. Like, that's when, like, all of that was going on. So I just had time to reflect and be like, okay, when I step back out, I don't want to continue 5 more years in this new person's body that I've created because of my traumas. Because I feel like I was walking in trauma. I was walking in just like identifying myself as the fears and everything that were things that were projected on me, things that I experienced, which is at the end of the day, you're supposed to experience things. Not everybody comes out the same. You know what I'm saying? But before that, I had to remember the girl that I was. And I was this firecracker girl. I was this, oh, we're going to throw ourselves from you ever been to Mountain Creek with the big bop? So that has like an 18 feet that you throw yourself from. I'm not sure. But I did that like 4 times. Yeah, I did that 4 times. And like now I can't say I'll do it. But like I was like, yo, like I need to go back to that fearless girl. You know, like being on bikes and just doing stuff. Like I was always just doing stuff. And the pandemic brought me to that. So just from the pandemic up to the part where, you know, where I'm like with my friends and stuff, I feel like I stepped into womanhood. It's another thing. I started to appreciate myself more. I started to, like how I said, self. You know, I started to speak to self more. Oh, and the Hood Healer. Do you know who that is?
Is that Instagram?
She's basically, she's from Instagram. She's from all.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, so I like her because she's very blunt, and a lot of times you don't have to agree with everything a blunt person says, or because it's not always true. But what I took from her is like, yo, this is me with like when no one's around, or like with my friends. Like I need to also be not afraid to say what I feel and be who I am, and whoever like me is gonna me regardless. And that's what I learned from her too, and just also taking accountability and putting that same like accountability that you would put on somebody else. Like, well, put it on yourself. How are you contributing to this, for this to even be an identity or even be something that's consistently in your life? And when I started like just self-reflecting more and more and more with my mentor, I realized like, yo, this is not somebody that's just there to be an assistant for me. This is somebody that if I use them first, whatever the hell I need, they're there for that. But that doesn't mean that they need to hold me every step of the way, you know?
Yeah.
So when that person even did their own thing, and I was like, oh my God, like you're not there. And it's just like, no. I'm also being selfish. Like this person has their own journey. This is my book of, okay, this person has the formula and everything. But no, they're still figuring things out too. Yeah. So it's like, that's facts. But that comes from, I'm 19, 18. I'm still learning. I'm just like, okay, you're older than me. You know more than, no. Now it's like, okay, no, I want to know. We're baking a cake. Okay, what's the ingredients? And what's this? What's that?
Temperature you put it on?
I trust you, bake the cake. You know what I'm saying? And I'll just come decorating. No, like now I'm more like invested in everything. And with that happening, I feel like I said, God and his timing, aside from the pandemic, then to that person even having their own journey to go on, I was just like, yo, like I need to get back to who I was, to before I even came into the whole, I moved through the industry stuff. No, who was Nelly? Who was Audrey? You know, so
Audrey.
Yeah, it's my name. So with that, I went to my boys and I was just like, yo, like let's just cut up. And the thing about me is like my boys, like when I say my boys, like these are my boys. Like, these are my friends. Like all my guy friends, like I feel like, yo, you good sis, you know what I'm saying? So it will be a lot of conversations where there'll be days where I'm like, yo, this is how I feel. Next day I'm like, I just feel like this. And they kind of like went with my mood swings. Like, oh, shout out to Deja Vu Studios and the boys. But they kind of just rolled the wave with me. And that's, I came up with the name with Winter's Outcast too.
I'm going to ask you that. How'd you come up with that?
Yeah, because I felt like an outcast in general. Like even in the group that I was signed where felt like an outcast. I felt like an outcast in the industry. When I got signed, I felt super like just an outcast. I felt misunderstood. I felt like a lot of things that happened, I felt like I couldn't even clear up, or it's like if I did, it was just a lot. So I feel like I was always outcast to even understanding how to go about things with the music and my career. So with, like I said, with this person that was always like just guiding me and stuff, having their own journey, I felt like even more of an outcast during the winter because like even like Christmas and stuff like that, like a lot of, holidays don't always go good for everybody.
No.
And that time was my point of like real reflection. So it was like I was a winter's outcast because I don't feel like I participated in the joy of it, but more so in the journey of what God wanted me to experience, and is contributing now to who I'm becoming as a woman.
That's facts. I want to snap for something to that. Air hug. We'll hug you after. But no,
Yes.
You said you didn't get to not contribute. You didn't get to experience the joy of like certain holidays and stuff in the winter, but you were going through what growth and what the catharsis maybe. How are we supposed to be okay being nice to ourselves when, like, I don't know how you were raised, but I wasn't necessarily raised to be nice. I don't even know, the word grace was not a thing in my household. It was like, if you're not this, you that.
Yeah.
If you don't get AIDS, you're gonna be working at the gas station for the rest of your life.
No. I feel like this. Remember how you was just coming? Oh, we was been supposed to meet today. This conversation came at the right time, boo.
Yeah.
Because I grew up just like that.
Yeah.
I was just talking about it when I was failing a lot. I was getting bullied in school. Remember I told you about the little. I have a beautiful long neck that now I admire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Before I used to be like, oh my God, wear turtlenecks, wear scarves. My mom never let me do my eyebrows. And my eyebrows are always
I was
full.
looking, you have a beautiful eyebrows.
Yeah.
Mine don't reach that far.
They fire though.
Thank you.
But my was like bushy, like, to the point where I always felt insecure in school, that I always had the jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like they're getting bullied and stuff like that. So it's just like, I always was tough about it. You know what I'm saying? But like, it was just be like, oh, she's just being bad in school. She's just, I don't know, she's just dumb. To the point where there was this one time we was laughing about it not so long ago in front of my dad too, because it's funny when you bring it up in front of your parents, they be like, no. But now I'm just like, yo, you know what it is? Yeah, I grew up in a whole nother, like also forgiving them for that, because they grow up with, say how we be like, yo, but their parents were crazier.
My grandma would pull guns out on my mama.
You see? So it's just like stuff like that. It's like, bro, like imagine how that person is now raising another person. They all just like, we just gotta break the cycle. And like with me, when I was about to say in front of my dad, I was like, yo, there was this one summer where I felt so bad. Because I was like, yo, all my friends are graduating, they're doing this and that. And my dad sat me and my two cousins, and he's like, oh, mind you, there's like, in my family, there's like 32 like cousins and something. It's like a lot of us. So we're all in my aunt's house.
Wait,
and we're little.
All y'all? 30 of y'all?
Yeah, it's like 30. Like all together, it's like literally 30.
Damn.
Yeah. So when we're all together and stuff, everybody passed, That's another thing. I never got no for Christmas from my family. Like I'll be the one little cousin that just pops up like, hey, okay, it's Christmas. Everybody opening the alley. But,
oh my gosh.
Like, girl, I definitely internalized a lot of it. But that one summer, that fucked me up because my dad was like, oh, everybody come sit right here, because he's into that tough parenting. And he was like, these are the three dumb of the family.
Oh no.
Yo, now I laugh about it, but yo, I wanted to rip my hair out. I'm just like, yo, what the And mind you, in those times, it's like, that's when you really need your parents.
You really need them. Because you might have been dealing with that at school and now you got to come home to it.
Yeah, and then it's like, damn, I'm a dumb. And now the whole family knows, because now I'm failing in school. I can't concentrate. I don't have the same, like, I don't feel smart enough now. You know what I'm saying?
You always felt like an outcast then.
Very much.
Got you.
Much. I was always a black sheep.
Yeah.
So, after a while, I was just like, girl, it is what it is. If I need to be extra, then that's me. Whoever's going to love me is going to love me, you know?
So getting back to Winter's Outcast, from learning the kind of like the mental preparation and the emotional state that you were going into recording it, the experience that you put around you, the environment you put around you to get it out of you. And then now it's out in the streets. What are some things that you want us to take away from that project?
From Winter's Outcast, I would say I definitely got into I always been I've always been outspoken. I feel like I got a little game or whatever. Like, you could fake tell in my music, I have game. But I feel like with this one, I feel like I made it more okay for women to be like, yo, if you're a bad, that's what you are. Like, don't let nobody downplay it. If these are your standards, these are your standards. Because if you low it, then that gonna lower even more for you, and you're gonna think bare minimum is okay because now you stuck as you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of that. I was just like, yo, in this project, I need to make sure like I feel sexy. Listen, for 14 days, I made sure to be like, I feel sexy. I wanna f with you. I wanna get right with you. My trust issues is up high, but it's all right, I'll f with you, but that don't mean I wanna really, really f with you. And that's okay too. That's okay to feel like that because we have transitions where it's like, okay, you're in a relationship period of time, or no, you just want to be around. And as women, we should do that too.
Right.
For lonely, the same thing. Like, call me up when you're lonely. Call me up when it's time to leave the homies. Like, you know, you just need some me time. But it's like, all right, peace. I'll get some of your energy. You get some of mine. Whatever. Because right now I'm more so in like, I'm so whole right now. Like
I love that word.
Even the intro, and the intro is like oceans. Oceans is exactly why. Like, I love the ocean. I will never be. You will never catch me on a cruise though. You will never catch. No.
You don't like being in the middle of the ocean? I watched the
Titanic too many times. I don't like being like, even on planes, when I see no land, I'm like I get paranoid. Anything with too much. Like, I became a swimmer in high school. Like, I love the water. But like, that's one of my reasons why I was like, I need to learn how to swim just in case one day, like, I'm like paranoid with that.
Okay.
So like,
no cruise, no boats for you.
No, yes.
No,
I be on the
adventures.
jet skis. I be on all of that. But best believe, like, I'm the girl who's wearing the shoes in the water. Like, I done had too many crazy vest. Too many, and I know how to swim, so it's over. But no, I like won't catch me doing crazy. But with oceans, I'm like smoking on a Zao, we hit the freeway. Hit up LA, put my Marvin Gaye. It's like my getaway. I just hit the island for the week. I might just get away, changing destinations for the season. So it's like, yo, yes, do that. Change your destinations for the season. Get the fuck up out of New York. Get the fuck up out of your hometown. Go explore.
Facts.
Do grown woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, it I don't know. Like, I feel like I just tapped into like, yo, this is who I am right now. If you like it, love it, leave it. I don't care. This is who I am. Like, I just love, if I'm singing it because it's like, yeah, vibing with me. But in reality, I'm literally, it's like, what's that called? When you repeat something so much, it becomes
repetition. A manifest.
A mantra.
Like
a mantra. Yeah. So that would be what Winter's Outcast is to me.
It's a mantra.
Yes.
For you and who you are today in this present day. And you are unapologetic about it.
Yes.
Got it. I love it.
Yes.
I love that. That's a great way.
Growth, baby.
That's a great way to wrap that segment. All right. So you got the project out already 2 weeks ago. What's next for Melii? We got any visuals coming out alongside any of these things?
So yes, I am gonna have visuals. I feel like I just feel so beautiful. I feel so whole. Like, I feel like that time, even though it took a long time, I feel like ain't nothing really stopping me right now. And I'm just so like, I feel like I'm just free falling with God right now. I feel like nothing's really like shaking me up. There's nothing really like making me feel too like, oh my God, like you have to da-da-da. I just
free falling with God. Sorry to interrupt
I'm
you.
just
Free falling with God right now.
Like, he don't catch me either way. You feel me? So it's like right now, yes, like I'm smelling the trees, the flowers. I'm enjoying the air. You feel me? And I'm just enjoying being back to the free spirited that I was unapologetically, but also in a more like how Capella grade be like vibe responsibly. So like
the responsible part is what I felt every time.
I'm kind of there. So I'm like, yo, like that's how I feel. Like I'm in that part, but I'm also working. You feel me? Like I'm on Instagram. I'm shaking some booty. I'm modeling. I'm taking my little reels. I'm dressing up. Like that's where I'm at right now. And it's just like I need to live a little at the same time. And it's like whatever for me, whatever. But I'm definitely planning on touring. I'm planning on doing more visuals, and I am gonna do at least for 2 records on the project. I want to do like an acapella kind of thing.
I would love that from you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I love like just stripping down beats and everything, but I'm gonna do that for that, and then the summer for me, the summer is all year round.
Do you and Justin Martin have a song together?
Oh, Justin. No, we don't. Not yet. That's why. So like
I know. I just heard about her. I like 6 months ago. She's different. She's different. I like her voice a lot. And then I saw y'all in that video together, having a good time. she was doing this and you was throwing it back. Having a good time. I was like, oh, those are two sounds, the two voices that would sound really good together.
Now we was outside. That was the second time that she's been out here, but like we always like make sure to connect and stuff. But I definitely, like I was telling her, I was like, girl, like because we really didn't connect on some like, let's do music. we really just each other. Like,
okay, good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good too.
Yeah, like that's my, like I fuck with her. She's really dope. But I'm looking forward to like doing music and stuff with her. But that's something else. Like I wanna do more collabs, of course, more collabs and stuff like that. But I'm gonna definitely keep releasing content and just being seen more. I feel like as much as I thought like my core base fans, like they know my personality, but I feel like no one really actually knows me. So like I feel like, you know, just being myself, just living a little and just doing what I love and not feeling pressured to meet any standards of like other people have set on me, because my journey is why I've taken so long in other people's eyes that they won't really understand, but only I understand, and the OG.
Yeah, and God, which is why I'm really happy that we sat down today, finally have this interview, because this is a conversation that's meant to like have people get to know you through your relationship with music, your music or your journey, your relationship with your journey. Shit is its own thing. Because I feel like I was one of those people that like had heard about you at one point, but then when I heard about you again, when figuring out like where to put or when this interview was gonna happen. And they're like, oh, where's she been? And then it was like, oh snap, like okay, was she with Jackson? She's outside, but I haven't seen her. But I haven't seen her, and but people knowing about your journey, this is very important. So I can't wait for these clips to come out. All right, so wrapping up the show, do you have any questions for Drea?
Yes. How comfortable do you feel with like mental health in the topic now? As to before?
I feel very comfortable with it. I just think that like I'm more comfortable from hearing other people's perspectives first, because I'm not sure how to explain my perspective or my experience. And it's more so because I haven't unpacked my experience yet. But I'm on that journey. I have to start that journey, like literally have to,
right,
in order to get to some type of healing soon.
And where are you right now? Like space?
I'm isolated right now. I'm isolated from triggers, from anything that could possibly put me in a place to like spiral again, just because now I feel the strongest when I'm isolated, just because I'm not strong enough to not be isolated. That's where I'm at.
Yeah. So you need to take your time and then like definitely step back out, and you're gonna have to be around those triggers, because that's the only way you'll know if you healed. And like sometimes like you see how I'm like, we was talking about like being like, oh, I'm a bad listener for me. When we do that so long, then we mistake like that for it's like, no, this is like me setting my boundaries and knowing what I can and cannot handle, as to me just being like, let me just brush it off, and it doesn't exist because I'm a bad. So that's
exactly. Great questions. Is that it? That's a question.
Why do you do this?
Why do I do this? Because it's my catharsis. It really is. That is the truth.
That was a good one.
That is the truth. I do this because for me, music is my vessel of expression. And I think deep down, I wish I would have like taken seriously my musicianship a long time ago, because I would have been Beyonce with brown skin.
What's stopping you?
I mean, I'm older now, and also I don't necessarily want, in this life path that I'm on, I don't necessarily need that to be my peak. Like in another lifetime, or within my seed or my bloodline, I know it will come true. Yeah. But like not right now. Right now, I think I just enjoy being able to take music and sound and help identify my emotions through it, and then talk people through conversations where they can maybe come to realization of how some of their emotions may have been depicted in music they've made or music they listen to. And it's always a therapeutic thing. Like me asking that question in the very beginning is very important. That's the entire conversation. We started from that Madonna CD pack all the way to now. And it was really just because I want to know, was the first time you remember like music was something that like was like stamped into your mental, framework or your formula, and then why, and then what happened around it, and then when did you start doing it, and then how, and blah, blah, blah. So that's why I do it. Because this is me talking to myself through you. And also I like to actually get to know people's processes mentally and emotionally with music, creatively, because I'm still figuring out how to do that for myself. I write music on my own, but I started by just talking to myself in my iMac or my Mac camera.
Yeah.
And then I would put beats on and talk to myself. And then there was a point in time where I had a relationship, 2-year situation-ish, bish, whatever it was. And instead of texting him those long paragraphs, I would like just put them in my notes. So I have like 3 whole different note folders full of like, I never sent, and I call them burn letters.
Oh,
and I would go through.
And he never knew how you felt?
Oh, at the very end, I sent them all to him like this, eyes closed. There's some crazy in there. He read it all too. But we cut off now. Like, it's cut. But I did that because I was like, I want to like one day turn this into like a album or something. Yeah. So I have a whole album with track lists and everything called Burn Letters. But I would go through those different paragraphs and I would read them over and over until I would deduce them enough to get to one sentence. And then the sentence would be like the thesis statement or something. Yeah. And then it would be like, all right, what's the name of the song? Introspection. Yeah. God Got Us or whatever. Like those are like literal names of them. But I have names of songs. I just haven't wrote them yet. Yeah. So now I got to go back through all that the painful shit I wrote and like turn it into something pretty.
Yeah. But not even, because sometimes like that's another thing that I had to realize with writing too. Like as much, and Lou even says it like, yo, even though you hear there's somebody in your camp that need like the fan base that needs that they still haven't crossed over to that journey, because there's always, maybe you like lonely, but another don't like grace. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because we're all in different like journeys, and every song is definitely gonna identify with you with what you're experiencing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, and then another thing is, you said the age, right? So with music, I feel like there's no time. Yeah. Because there's soulful voices at like 5 years old, 6 year old. You know what I'm saying? Then there's old souls. It's like it's the spiritual, you know what I'm saying? Spiritual realm and everything. I just feel like there's no actual age when that should happen or when is the peak. I don't even believe in a peak because we're gonna flourish our whole life. We are. Peak. You know what I'm saying? Even when you like, oh no, I'm not there yet. Another looking at you like, you're so beautiful. Wow, you're so this, you're so that. You're in your peak to other people. You know what I'm saying? So when you put that like, oh, I'm not here yet, that limits you, and you're actually telling the universe, you're telling everything around you like, oh, we're not there yet. We're still on pause. You know what I'm saying? So with, you know, because I'm pretty sure you have your audience. So with your audience, even if you want, obviously always be yourself, and that's beautiful, and be honest, but also take into consideration this conversation, somebody might hear it and be like, oh, then am I too old? You know what I'm saying? Right, yeah. And that's not what you want to say. That's not what I want to say. Right. I think what I'm saying is I want to be where you're at, where you're just free falling. Because if I'm free falling, it's probably gonna happen. Yeah. Right? Like when you're free falling, what's supposed to happen happens. It will. So whatever happens in the free fall state, I got to get there first. Right now, I'm not free falling. Right. And that's beautiful, because at least you're identifying it. You're now dealing with it. And it's going to be a long journey, but you're going to get through it. Yeah. I will. And you're strong enough to do it because you're still here. You know how many people like off themselves, even though they, you know, may they rest in peace, but it's just a fight, and just treat it like, all right, we on another day, and keep winning it, you know? Thank you. Thank you for that. Much love. All right, y'all. That was a great heartfelt catharsis episode of let me stop saying that. That was a great episode of I was gonna say Drea's room, because now I'm thinking Marvin's room. Why did I think that? Because you're Melii mix. Okay, hold on. The pink room with Drea. It's damn near Melii's room right now. That's really what it's giving. Right, it's giving our room. Yes, it's giving Drea and Melii's room. The pink room with Drea and Melii. Thank y'all for tuning in. And I hope you took away all the gems and all the reflections and introspections that came from this conversation, because it's definitely one of the most meaningful ones I've ever had. So appreciate you so much. Peace out, y'all.